With the official launch in sight, Blizzard sets a date for the end of the Diablo 3 beta test. Funcom drums up a little attention for the secret world. There's both good news and bad news when it comes to Prey 2, but fun times all the way for new Mario, Crysis, Halo, and the fourth full title for God of War. A disappointing revelation from Gabe Newell crushes gamers' dreams, a valuable piece of history is recovered from the Apple II, and a supernatural killer captures our imaginations, all in this week's edition of Player Attack. Hi, I'm Jessica Citizen. This week has been an emotional rollercoaster for gamers, with every piece of good news seemingly cancelled out by a crushing defeat. Starting things out on a vaguely negative note, Blizzard has confirmed that the Diablo 3 beta test is coming to a close on May 1st, when all the servers will be locked down and reset in preparation for the game's launch just 2 weeks later. All of your beta progress will be deleted and you will have to find something else to do for a fortnight. However, if you act really quickly, you may be able to get in on the free-to-play open beta for the game, which runs from April 20th to 23rd. All you need is a copy of the client and a valid Battle.net account, and you'll be able to jump right in. Of course, the beta servers have been somewhat swamped, and fans are reporting ridiculous load times, but those who have been able to get in are loving the opportunity to rank all 5 classes up to level 13. Some more good news, Funcom kicked off The Secret War this week, the Facebook-based teaser for upcoming MMO The Secret World. Gamers are asked to pick a side and actively spread the influence of either the Dragon, the Templar, or the Illuminati throughout the world in a quest to see which of the three is the most powerful. Things were going swimmingly, but then they hit a wall. Facebook itself objected to the game's success. Funcom explained that due to significantly higher levels of recruitment and sharing than the company had anticipated, the social network had requested certain adjustments and improvements. The game was taken offline for several hours, but has since relaunched, with the Blue Illuminati community still quite happily ruling the world last time we checked. Prey 2 managed to bundle its good news and its bad news all up in one tidy update. The best part, the sci-fi sequel has not been cancelled. Instead, Bethesda released an official statement explaining that the game will not be released in 2012 as planned, as current work on the project does not meet the company's quality standards. The developer regrets disappointing its fans, but explains the delay is to guarantee the best quality game when it finally hits shelves. While gamers breathed a heavy sigh of relief, however, a Human Head employee released another statement that gave a whole new reason for the delay. The anonymous source claims that nobody has actually worked properly on the game since November 2011, when Human Head and publisher parent company ZeniMax Media ran into a problem regarding some contracts. Bethesda is refusing to comment further, but forecasters are predicting that Human Head may not necessarily be the developer attached to the game if and when it finally makes it to retail. In happier sequel news, a quartet of titles were confirmed and detailed this week. Shigeru Miyamoto has announced Super Mario 4 is in development, even if he hasn't offered any further information on the new title. Crytek and Electronic Arts, on the other hand, have told us a few more bits and pieces about Crysis 3, which will see fans returning to New York in control of Prophet. Crysis 3 is due out mid-next year and sees New York City encased in a nanodome, which has turned the sprawling metropolis into a unique urban forest, complete with swamplands, rivers, and looming overgrown trees. Your task? Explore what's out there, keeping in mind that to many, you are the enemy. Halo 4 is headed to our shelves a bit sooner on November 6th, exclusively for Xbox 360 from new developer 343 Industries. While we're at it, Microsoft would like to remind everybody that no beta keys for the game have been released at this stage, so any websites promising early access should be avoided. And after online retailer Amazon accidentally let the cat out of the bag, Sony this week announced the development of God of War Ascension. The fourth full title in the series is headed to PS3 only at this stage and seems to be a prequel rather than something following on from the events of God of War 3.
Many know the legend of Kratos, the mortal turned god who brought down the very walls of Olympus. But there was a time before Kratos became the monster known as the Ghost of Sparta. A time when something other than rage consumed him. A time when, in spite of the madness that plagued him, Kratos would break his blood oath to an unjust god. A time when he would no longer be bound in blood. God of War. Ascension.
No release date for Ascension just yet, but Amazon has penciled in New Year's Eve 2012 for those playing at home. Perhaps the most disappointing news of the week, if not the year, comes directly from the mouth of Gabe Newell, who has announced in a podcast that Apple CEO Tim Cook did not visit Valve's Seattle studios earlier this month. The meeting was alleged to have happened on the same day as ads for Valve's hardware development team came to light, giving fans a double whammy of delight. Not only was the game company creating its own console, but Apple was somehow involved too. Unfortunately, Gabe says that while he wishes someone had met up with Mr. Cook, or anyone from Apple, the story is nothing more than a very convincing hoax. What is true, however, is news from Jordan Mechner, the author of the original Prince of Persia on the Apple II. Mechner's dad reportedly recently sent over a bunch of old stuff, and that old stuff just happened to contain the original source code for Prince of Persia, all on the now vintage 5¼ floppy disks. It's taken Mechner and Apple II enthusiast Tony Diaz a few weeks, but the code has now been liberated from its magnetic prison, and rather than keeping this chunk of gaming history all to himself, Mechner has gone one step further, publishing the game's entire source code online at GitHub, where anyone can check it out. Now, Prince of Persia is not technically open source. Ubisoft still holds exclusive distribution rights to the franchise, but the code for the original game has been made available for historical purposes. Have at it. Finally this week, a look at Dishonored, a first-person action game currently in the works at Arcane Studios. You are the once trusted bodyguard of the Empress. At least you were before she was murdered and you were framed for the crime. Now you are a supernatural assassin out for revenge.
Has increased my profits. As long as the disease stays among the poor, I don't see any reason to become upset. You! Outside the door! What are you doing? Stop him! Guard! Guard! Shoot that bastard! Kill him! This killing me won't solve anything.
Dishonored is due for release a little later this year for PC, PS3 and Xbox 360, and while things have been pretty quiet around the project for a while, we're expecting to hear plenty more about it over the next few months. For the full version of those trailers, or for more information on any of those stories, head to playerattack.com. I'm Jessica Citizen, I'll see you next week.